You might be wondering how come a war between Russia and Ukraine could possibly destroy a club from England. The UK government even slammed Roman of being involved in war between Ukraine and Russia and also owning a company that supplied steel to the Russian military for building their tanks. Roman was sanctioned by the UK government for his close connections with Russian President Vladimir Putin. But trust me people, if you listen to what I have to say, you'll believe that the war between Russia and Ukraine somehow destroyed the football club Chelsea. In 2003, a mysterious but very rich and wealthy man wanted to buy Chelsea from Ken Bates. Nobody knew who the mysterious buyer was, but since Chelsea was desperate for investments in 2003, they were interested in listening to him. Afterwards, at the Dorchester Hotel, that mysterious buyer made such a huge offer to the previous owner of Chelsea, Ken Bates, that he couldn't say no. Within a few hours, the deal was signed on July 1st, 2003, and when the new owner of Chelsea was revealed, he was none other than the Russian businessman Roman Abramovich. Now keep the word Russian in your mind because it is going to haunt Chelsea, which I'll cover in the later part of this video. So after Roman bought Chelsea, he started to transform the club with his money. He brought in players and upscaled Chelsea's game. Roman's money brought good fortunes to Chelsea. Suddenly, people started calling it a Roman Empire. From 2003 to 2022, Chelsea won 21 major titles under Abramovich, being one of the successful clubs in the Premier League. Everything was fine and good for Chelsea up until 2022, but I guess we all know what happened in the year 2022. It was the war between Russia and Ukraine, and yes, the war didn't just impact the price of oil, it also caused the downfall of Chelsea Football Club. You might be wondering how come a war between Russia and Ukraine could possibly destroy a club from England. I mean, how is it possible, right? I thought the same when I first heard about it. But trust me people, if you listen to what I have to say, you'll believe that the war between Russia and Ukraine somehow destroyed the football club Chelsea. The war between Russia and Ukraine started in 2014, but that did no harm to Chelsea. However, when Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022 with a brutal attack, then things started to turn around for Chelsea. When Russia attacked Ukraine in 2022, the owner of Chelsea Football Club was still Roman Abramovich, who by the way is also Russian. And if you guys noticed, in the beginning of this video, I told you to remember the word Russian, right? Now the reason I told you to do so was because Roman was sanctioned by the UK government for his close connections with Russian President Vladimir Putin, and all of Roman's assets were frozen, including Chelsea. Not just a close connection with Vladimir Putin. According to the news reports, it is to be believed that Roman received special treatment from the Russian government and also benefited from the 2018 FIFA World Cup. The UK government even slammed Roman of being involved in war between Ukraine and Russia and also owning a company that supplied steel to the Russian military for building their tanks. Despite Roman denying all these accusations, the UK government were 100% sure that he was close to the Russian president during the war. After such charges and being sanctioned by the UK government, the Chelsea Football Club was impacted heavily. The club was banned from signing new players, they couldn't even extend the contract of their staffs and players. The club was banned from selling tickets to any games, and the club was also not allowed to sell any merchandise to their fans. Any stadium work or redevelopment were also stopped, and the club was put to a limit for their expenses. After Roman was sanctioned, Chelsea Football Club was in a state of limbo with nowhere to go. The future was uncertain. Suddenly, the signing blues were not signing at all, and this was the darkest period of Chelsea Football Club. However, there was one way to solve this problem, and that was a new owner for the club. After being sanctioned, Roman put Chelsea up for sale, and luckily with all those controversies surrounding around the club, an American businessman Todd Boehly bought the Chelsea Football Club for $2.5 billion. After Todd bought the club, the Chelsea Football Club was finally able to breathe. The bans were lifted and the Blues wanted to roar again, but the problem was Chelsea never became Chelsea after the end of Roman Empire. What I am trying to say is that the aura that Chelsea carried in the Roman Empire was not seen in the Todd Boehly era. Yes, Tom spent billions of dollars to sign new players, new managers, but none seemed to work for Chelsea Football Club. The club has signed players like Raheem Sterling, Marco Cucurella, Wesley Fofana, Enzo Fernandez, Moses Caicedo for expensive price tags, but none of them seem to be performing well for the club. After the Roman Empire, the club hasn't even lifted a single trophy. In the last 3 Premier League seasons, Chelsea has entered top 4 only once, while finishing at 12th position in 22-23 season and 6 in the last season. Currently, the club is playing qualifiers of the Europa Conference League, which could be considered as the 3rd division league of Europe. The Blues have also not qualified for the Champions League in back-to-back season and have already lost their opening match of this season. The state of Chelsea is getting worse. Opposition fans are laughing at them. They are signing players but none seem to perform well and fans are left disappointed every single game. Defense, attack, midfield, nothing is working for Chelsea right now. Once the Blues were roaring high under the Roman Empire, but now they have lost their heads. So the question is, when will Chelsea start winning games regularly and regain their form? Or will that even happen now? I mean, could we expect a club to perform better if their owner is from America, where football is called as soccer? I mean, I can certainly say that Chelsea Football Club is doomed and only God can save them now. If you want more such contents, please drop a like to this video and subscribe to my channel.